minutes. So what can we mastermind in this courage hour on courage, momentum, whatever is on your mind this morning? What burning desires are on the top of your mind?
Honestly, my mind's kind of blank after being refreshed, which can be nice, right?
That's a good thing.
To be able to have that feeling of, I don't have 50,000 things in my brain right now.
Yes.
So I guess having the courage to make sure that the things I focus on and that I decide to put in my thought, to make sure that if they're the right ones for the day or not. Otherwise, having the courage to just say, hey, not serving me, that boundary is coming up.
Right. So in thinking about the last mastermind that we had there, the last few minutes in the hour, you were talking about kind of taking charge of yourself, that nobody would come and save you, that you really, that idea of personal responsibility. And so how do you feel now that you've come into this place of, I'm the one that needs to take these actions in order to feel better?
I'm currently dealing with a situation that I've been working through for like a year or so. And it's like, damn it, Jenna, trust your instinct. Don't second guess yourself. Just, I think it's a good feeling knowing that you have everything within yourself. It's just, sometimes we need those reminders or those warning signs on the journey. And, but like you said, what was the word you used? Self-responsibility. Like making sure that that's in the forefront, knowing that, yes, it is your responsibility, but know that if you need help, it's okay to ask for assistance is my big thing. Cause I'm a do it myself kind of gal. Cause I turn blue in the face asking for help. And I've learned that I can't do that.
Right.
Like that's when I fail and that's when I get sick. Which 2 weeks ago, I was sick in bed for 4 days. It was because I burnt myself out. You can't do it all.
No, we can't. and that was as you were talking, what popped in my head was the next question, that yes, we have the capacity in ourselves to do a lot of things on our own, to handle much of the things ourselves. But what areas do you feel like you might need support in to achieve where you want to go?
Housework. Like at home things is what I need the most help with, just because other people don't find it a priority, so they leave it. And then I do it, but finding a tactful way to be like, hey man, you can help with this stuff. It's not all on me.
So is that a conversation you think you can work up to?
No, that's why I just turned blue in the face. So I have learned to do things, not all the way. Like sometimes, I am someone who likes to achieve high. I set a goal, and if I don't get there, I can beat myself up for it. So hitting goals at different levels, and if they're not at the level that I want them to, making sure that I'm okay with getting done what I can get done without overexerting and without beating myself up for it not being the highest level of completion. Like when I clean the shower, if there's a little bit, I don't need to spend 5 hours scrubbing it. Right. But there's something about the movement piece, when you're cleaning and doing stuff around the house. So I don't know, it's a different world. I'm still adjusting to being full-time and working and then all this fun stuff. So I guess it's just communicating that I need help is the biggest thing. Having a plan and resources.
For sure. And so now that, you have kind of this different existence, you do work full time, you have different responsibilities. Do you think that there's a way that life does look different, that you don't have to handle it all, that there can be support in other ways?
Oh, for sure. It's just finding those, the people, I have people offer to help, but I'm really protectant of my energy and my space. Like if someone wants to help and I can tell that they're trying to get something out of it, I'm not going to accept that just because in the long run, that's more work for me.
Right.
Like I making sure that you're in the right group of people that are genuine and want to truly help you, and not like, not in a financial way or anything like that, but like that they can help you by being supportive and saying, hey man, that's not something you need to do. Let me help you with that.
Yeah. And that's such a good realization, that some things are not worth your time and energy because it's going to take more in the end. Excellent. Well, that brings us to 10 after. So we will come back in 40 minutes. So enjoy your time. And I see we have a mastermind question here. What are you courageously committed to doing, and how are you creating momentum in that commitment today? Ooh, that's a deep question. So do you have any thoughts on that one?
Yeah, so I was thinking about that during our time, as that was really showing through my actions yesterday, and my focus and what I'm committed to, which is connecting with people, and this is a passion of mine that I can bring myself fully to a situation or event, when I'm in person. Excuse me. And I got to live that out yesterday fully in doing some capturing of a spa retreat. And there was 10 women there. And because I am all about speaking about empowerment and implementing it and then documenting it with my camera, this is really where I was courageous yesterday in that, because it was the next level that I haven't yet experienced, as it was me taking photos and doing the empowerment side of things for not one or two people in a day, but I ended up doing that for 9 women all yesterday.
Wow.
And yeah, so that's a big courageous thing that I said yes to, and that was actually and I knew to say yes to it because it's in the design of my vision. This is where I've been building up to for at least 2 years or more, and I had the opportunity and I said yes, even though I was so afraid that I would mess things up or that I wouldn't know what to do, and all of the unknowns. So for me, the momentum was that I said yes and I figured it out. And then it was exactly what I needed to start learning. I learned so much in that first experience where I need to improve, what I'm doing right, and how I can kind of double down on that to really keep creating the momentum of having those kind of connections and opportunities presented to me, so that I can keep growing into that level where I'm like, 9 women, yeah, I can do this, once a week, that kind of thing, or whatever it might end up being. But to me, that is my focus is getting in person with people, building that space and holding that to be an empowering and energizing opportunity for people to just keep reaching for who they are and having that confidence to stand in that. So that's where I'm building momentum right now, Stephanie, and having courage in that. So I wanted to put that to anyone that's listening and to you to ask, like, where are we courageously committed to showing up, and how are we building momentum in it today? Because we are in the month of living on purpose, and like, what does that mean? And it means, like, what are we doing today to keep building towards our vision? And we need momentum for that.
For sure. And I'll answer that in a second, but I want to come back around. And now that you're on the other side of this experience, you know, you said, yes, I had some things that were amazing that I know where to double down on next time, and the things that I can do better next time. But now on the other side of this experience, you know, how do you feel today about it?
I am like on fire, energized to the fact that, you know, I took the courageous act by saying yes. And then I took the courageous act of actually showing up for the thing I said yes to. Right. And then I was willing to, you know, figure it out and go with the flow and do what I knew. Right. And then be open to where I was improving, right? So if I went into it thinking like, oh, I knew it all, I don't need to improve this, I'm the professional, you know, even if I haven't done it to this level, I know what I'm doing. And I kind of just, I took those small pieces of absolutely what I did know, and I brought the courage to those specific places, and then kept my eyes open and my ears open for, you know, the improvement and how I can grow that. So I feel on fire, and I'm really excited that, you know, I took that step. And I think that's where the momentum is, right? That we see, oh, I didn't die. I didn't, you know, the negative things that, you know, our fear can tell us. If we let it, then, you know, I didn't let that hold me back from saying I'm a beginner at this level and being open to the possibility.
I love that. I didn't die.
Yes.
You know, sometimes that's like the best celebration out of the scary experience. I didn't die.
Right. Even if there's tears, right? And there was some tears, but way after, and totally different, like energy, all of that. But it is a shift in energy when you do the courageous thing, and then you see the potential and continuing to step out of the comfort zone and, you know, just open to the possibility. It just is what it is.
And in our last minute here, I'll answer the question in that, you know, the courageous commitment that I've made lately is, you know, that double down in my business, in that I work with 2 different business coaches. And so, you know, I've already looked at, you know, what am I doing with the programs in 2022? I've just started this business school. And the reality is, where am I truly focusing in my business to thrive? That I am at a point where I want to grow and be sustainable and just not get by, because just getting by is tiring. And so I have committed to that place of sustainability and really getting to that place so that I am not tired, that I am growing, and that I'm really thriving, so that I'm providing for my family and taking that stress off myself and all of the other things that, you know, come around that. So that is the really big commitment that I've made lately. So that is that. And that brings us to the top of the hour. So I'm going to hit stop.